My that plan for the paper is about to the title that I have mentioned is urban governance and city planning. So, and from an Ambedkar's point of view, um, so when I was thinking about this title, I mean, before Sir's talk, I was more connecting city as a urban. Actually, that was my most notion. So I was more trying to think in that way. But I think to see the city and urban as a characteristic of the city. So that's the one significant insight I got from the Sir's presentation. So that I will definitely incorporate. So I'm not sharing any PPT and all thing. I'll just speak out for some time and then come. So my paper that I'm planning, there are 5 to 6 components, or we can say the subsection in the paper. So the first section that I'm planning to, that is called the what is urban. We can say what is called urbanity. So when I'm saying urbanity, I was trying to look the city in a three major aspects. One is the as a space, as a place, and as a location. So when we're talking the location, so we understand it's a geographical location as there are various administrative significances of that how geographically it's like a different from the rural and different from the administrative from the rural and certain part. And when we are talking to the place actually, so the place is again very complex idea, but I am trying to understand that this is the place where the various administrative institutional a very what we can say like a structures. Okay, so there are many a kind of happening things are happening in term of the place that is very related as a market, as a as a connectivity in term of the ocean, in term of the air, in term of the the road. So there are many processes are happening as a, in term of the place. And there is also I'm talking about the urbanity as a space. So when I'm talking to a space, so this is a space of a lot of I mean, not a very the physical or material activity happening, but this is a space for certain kind of activity happening. So as we talking about when someone move from the rural to come in a urban, so that person not only get the physical space but also get the social spaces, so where he can experience what is market. He has the space to participate in the market. He has a space to participate and share the space in the in a travel, when he wants to travel in the local train or in the bus or in a boat. So in whatever the way he's getting some space. But while when he was the people were in the rural, in certain section or certain kind of category, they were denied that kind of spaces. Okay, so this is a very small example that I have given, but I'll explore more this aspect of space in terms of that. And then another the section of the paper, we talk about the various the institutional aspect of the paper. So when I'm talking about the various kind of the facilities in terms of the in terms of the growth, in terms of the employment, in terms of the higher wages, because the urban is the space, various facilities in terms of the education, in terms of the health, in terms of the sanitation. I think when we try to see the city or urban as a space, I think these are the characteristics where like they come very different from the so-called the rural as a, or the rurality actually. Okay, so this will be another significant aspect that I will be looking in this paper. And the third aspect coming as I'm talking about the governance and the planning. I mean, city planning and the governance. So I'm talking it like a when we see this planning and the governance, there are a couple of things that we have to see from the institutional point of view. So one is like there is a law and enforcement, there is a legislative procedures, there is a educational institutions, there is a health system. Actually, not I'm not talking the health as a hospital, but as a health system. Okay, when we see the health system, there's a lot of the processes that is happening in the city, because now the health system as a physical institution is also available in the rural. But when we talk the city, I think this is a whole system that is accessible. Okay, and then there is a travel and connectivity. Okay, this is the process in the rural and the urban, when the the time, people trying to save the time and also connect with various aspects. And then also the social and the physical security. I think when we see from various aspects the rural analyze, I think there are a lot of social and the physical insecurities are there. So I'm just trying to make it more like a precise and trying to understand. But definitely this paper is not about to compare between rural and urban, but some more see the urban governance and the city planning. And then fourth section that I'm talking about, and I'll speak about the what is actually theoretically and methodologically about the Ambedkar. And when we talk how this Ambedkar and the Ambedkarism. Okay, so as sir has very widely explained, I'll just speak few points that I was touching, and I was happy to hear like sir's that narrative. So when I'm talking to the Ambedkar and the Ambedkarism, so I'm talking to the citizenship actually. So what is citizenship? When we talking the citizenship, I think the Baba Sahib imagined that citizenship is related to the the fundamental rights. Okay, the various the entitlements that he has given. When we see from the law policy, there is a labor policy, there is a labor laws. Okay, when we see the the access any kind of benefits. So there are like this whole citizenship. It's not just a citizenship, but if when we say the citizenship in the city, it has connected to the various kind of processes and various kind of things. And then there is a huge opportunity for the the equal wages, not equal only, but the higher wages in the as per the various like what we can the social, or we can say the political categories, or the academic in the hierarchies. So this aspect will talk about that how the what is the meaning of Ambedkar in all that sense when I'm seeing trying to see Ambedkar in a context of the city. And then I am also going to little bit speak about the Ambedkar and the Buddhism actually. So when we see, because Ambedkar's whole when the Ambedkar's later like Ambedkar post 1950, and a lot of the narratives or the text that the Baba Sahib has produced, like a Buddha and his Dhamma and Buddha and Karl Marx, and there are many other. So when we see from all this aspect that how actually this governance, and because what I was talking earlier, these were the systems and kind of the procedures that are there in the existing in the present. But when I'm seeing this section, I'm talking about that how we can, as sir I used the very nice with the imaging, though I didn't use, but now I'll borrow that word. So I will imagine that how when we see from the Baba Sahib's lens the urban or the urbanity, so how these process and practices are happening. So when I'm talking about the urban governance, so there is a parliamentary system, there is a Sangha as a parliamentary that Baba Sahib imagined, and there are many the social values that Baba Sahib has talked about, like a metta, karuna, beauty, the social relationship, the dissolution of the caste in a varna system in the city. So how these like aspects are working and will be like a significant when we see the city. So this will be another section of the paper. And the last will be very theoretically, I will say, and also very analytically I will try to frame like how the city should like when we're talking about the various system as a city. So how the city and urbanity should look like from Ambedkar's point of view. So these are the broader idea that I'm having on the paper. So I'll stop here. I hope I have not taken much time.